What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the Gooms Podcast, episode 22. 90% of you aren't following or subscribed to our YouTube channel. So make sure you hit that follow or subscribe button on Spotify or YouTube and enjoy the episode. Love.
In our community, bro, like, everybody likes to gossip and talk. And I feel like you're one of those people that's done it well, but just separating yourself.
I've tried my best, yeah. I've tried.
And as the more I grow up, bro, the more that I look at that and think, fuck me, I wish I saw it earlier. Because I gave too much people too much of my time and energy. Yeah. A lot of people that are never going to be of any benefit to me as well.
We've been rolling since we started, but yeah. Do you want to, we're, what episode is this?
22.
Episode 22.
Damn. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Gooms Podcast. Today we've got a very special guest.
Over half a year now.
Over half a year.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Fucking hell.
No, 26.
Yeah, sorry,
26.
that was my bad.
It's all right, bro.
I'm hot and bothered, man.
Maths isn't his strong point.
I was actually good at maths at school.
But yeah, bro, well, introduce yourself, man.
Okay, so Pav Savva. I am 32 tomorrow. Okay, 15th of June tomorrow, by the way.
Happy birthday for tomorrow.
Thank you very much. I am of Greek origin, like my two fellow friends here.
Yeah.
I'm a personal trainer, online physique coach. I'm in the food industry, got a health kitchen, property, bit of this, bit of that. So it's all good. Yeah.
He's just throwing off accolades like
when did you start? Because obviously being in the Greek community, like we are, like stepping away from the norm of having the fish and chip shop is something that was tough for everybody.
Yeah.
When did you? Because you're a generation above me and Chris.
Yeah, I'd say so. Just a little bit, yeah.
One and a half, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. I'd say even for our generation, it's a bit alien stepping away and do something that's not the norm. Like, what was that like when you were growing up, and when did you do it as well?
Okay, so my dad wanted me to get the chip shop. Yeah. When I was young, I think, how young was I now? 16,
So you come from that background as well? Because I don't actually
know.
Yeah,
my dad's got a fish shop. It was all in Stoke-on-Trent.
Right, okay.
He wanted me to take over, offer me big money back in them days as well. It was my mum that was the influence. She was like, because my mum's in education, she was like, Pav, I don't want you in the fish shop. I want you to, do your passion.
That was the same. Well, it's kind of the same for us as well. And
that's what passion was, gym related stuff. And it's a big risk, when you get offered, decent money at a young age, normally you take it, but
it's a hurdle that me and you slipped at, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, not so much slips, but we were in college and we were like, fuck this shit, we want dough. We've been breadwinners our whole kind of lives.
It wasn't like, I want dough. For me, it was when I left school, I went to sixth form for 2 weeks. I went to a decent sixth form as well. I got good GCSE grades. I was planning to go uni, and I was there, but I was like, I'm going to go uni to study business because I want to do business.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. I was just like, I'm going to just drop out now and stop. I did work in the shop for a few years. But it was like, I can actually go and learn business firsthand rather than taking some course, which I don't think is going to benefit me.
No, I agree.
It was more just, I knew that I was destined to have a business, not to go and learn business from something at uni and then just go get a job somewhere. Like, I just knew I want a business. Like, that's what it's going to be for me.
It's funny you say that. So I went to college for a year and did sport science.
I suppose that ties into what you're doing now, though, right?
Yeah, and then what happened was I left there and I needed money to do the PT course. Now, look, I could have asked my mum, my dad, but I was very independent from a young age. So I actually went and got a job. And believe it or not many people know this. I was actually working as like a dry liner doing petition walls. No one knows this.
What do you mean?
As in, like the ceilings here.
Okay.
I went and...
a labour job.
Oh, okay.
Like a labour job, yeah. Did that for about a year. Earned some money. Paid my PT course. And the rest is history. Since then, though, obviously, after I qualified, I invested a lot of money back into education. I was living at home still at the time. And then when things were going well, bought my first property at 20.
At 20?
Oh, wow.
20 years old,
Fucking
yeah.
hell.
I moved around.
We need to get into some labour jobs, bro.
I was going to say, man.
No, it wasn't that for PT. So I was already PTing for 2 years then. I was 18, I started PTing. And then I bought a house literally 3 doors up the road from my mum, so she could still do my washing.
That'd be like me and you.
Wait, was the house to live in?
House living, yeah.
Okay.
She was 12. She was 7 Reading Drive. She was 7. I was 12.
It's exactly how my mum would want it to be if I moved out as well.
Yeah. So
But you know what though? The independence of moving away. I understand, like, she could still do your washing and stuff, but didn't you want to kind of be away from them as well?
Yeah. No. To be fair, later on, I actually rented that out.
Right.
I went to live in my mum's house. My mum had met her new partner by then, and she moved into his house. And it was like I was in a 5-bedroom house on my own. Couldn't cope at the time. I was only like 21, 22. But yeah, it's
That's sick, man. I didn't know that about you.
There's
So
loads.
obviously you were 2-3 doors down, and
if we go back to the beginning.
it was a 5-bedroom house.
Yeah. So back to the beginning.
How much
On your
fucking
own.
money did
Why?
you make in 2 years, bro?
It was going to the right people.
What the fuck? Well, to be fair, because when you were, well, it's not that far ago. I was going to say the market would have been a lot different.
Back then, I was going to the gym at 6 a.m. I was leaving the gym at 10 p.m. I might have an hour break in between them hours.
Were you just training
I
those
was
hours?
working. I had to train with clients because I didn't have time to train myself. I was doing that every day, except on a Sunday I was like half a day. And yeah, man, it was.
I mean, putting the work then.
What size were you when you were like when you
I was
when you were
very
PT
small.
in there?
I was skinny. I was quite skinny, to be fair.
Yeah.
Look,
Well, like how skinny? Because you're
no,
massive.
no.
Like my size.
We'll have to get some
than
pictures
me.
and put them on the podcast.
Yeah, just
Like have you seen how
I was
big?
smaller.
Seriously,
I was super small.
but you were literally smashing it.
I was doing a lot more fitness back then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like what? What type of training?
I'd say CrossFit style. I used to
Okay.
do a lot of kettlebell work, functional training as such back then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I used to do. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought you were just bodybuilding the whole way
No,
through.
no. So I did a class as well. We were one of the first to actually bring battling ropes, Russian kettlebells, to like, there weren't many people doing it. Bands, Bulgarian bags. No one was doing that.
Do you reckon you still got it now or no?
Still got it now, bro.
We'll go for a
I'm
session.
fitter now. I'm doing a lot
Yeah.
more fitness related stuff now.
Yeah.
I've kind of transitioned away from bodybuilding now. A lot more health focused, a lot more fitness. I box twice a week. I'm starting to play football again.
Yeah.
This Friday. out of retirement.
Becoming a bit more mobile.
Exactly.
I think it's crucial though.
I think now that I'm having a baby.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
congrats.
October.
To you and Maria, your partner
Thank
as
you,
well.
Thank you. I think it's important to, they're my life, and I want to make sure I'm the best I can be. And it's great. It's great bodybuilding, looking great from the outside, but we know bodybuilding is not the healthy sport. People know that.
It's all about health now.
It's all about health. Still want to look good, but for me, it's all about health and feeling great.
Yeah, of course. I feel like if you don't have your health, you have nothing.
You don't.
You have nothing. And you can look great. But
I think
you're
that's
forcing meals down.
That's the massive misconception in this world. Like, people will see us, ripped to hell, but they don't see like we are feeling our worst.
like shit.
Feel like shit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I seen my dad go through a prep and completely change.
Exactly.
His whole energy, his whole aura, his whole personality was different because the life had been sucked out of him.
Yeah.
And by the life, I mean the food and the water and the things that make you not look how you want to look when you're going to be on a stage or whatever.
That's right.
What was that build up to? Because I know that you used to compete as well.
Yep.
What was that build up to competitions like?
Okay, as in like generally when I was doing at the start, it was the hardest time of my life. But I knew after doing what I did at the start, and I'm talking like when I was working these hours, I've explained to you. I remember Fitness First being open at 6 a.m, closing at 10 p.m. because I was working that much. I then had to go to Pure Gym at 5 a.m. If I was early, it was 4:30. 4:30 a.m. Do an hour cardio at Pure Gym, shower, drive to Fitness First, start work at 6 a.m. I train with a client about 1 p.m, work till 10 p.m, leave, go back to Pure Gym on the way back home, do cardio, go home, prep food, repeat. It was hard. And I remember doing that.
It sounds horrible, man.
I thought that it was bad when I used to train, and I'd get up at 8 to go to the shop, get to the gym for about 10 at night even, and then be in bed for 12. I thought that was like, mine was like, fuck. Like,
when I first started PTing, I walked into this gym, and there was about 20 PTs working there. So obviously I'm new, I'm 18 years old, just qualified. I always thought, why is anyone going to come to me when there's 20 probably experienced PTs in here? So I need to be different, right? I might not be as knowledgeable, I might not be as better shape as some of these, but I had work ethic.
You practice what you preach.
I believe if you put the work in, you'll get the reward back. There was back then you could speak to the sales team in gyms. I remember, getting all the people who'd signed up the day before. I get all the numbers. I'd ring every single one before people were even awake.
Good man.
I'd book all these people in for like a taster session. I had a very good conversion rate. And then over time, it's got better and better. And bought the house 2 years later, 20
That's
years
fucking
old.
dope, man.
And it just things started to go I put the work in, man. I killed myself for years. I did that I've been doing it 14 years. I say the first 8-9 years I was doing these hours.
Yeah.
And not many people. There was times when my lower back had actually gone from standing up that long, and I was wearing 2 belts under a hoodie, and no one ever knew that.
Yeah.
I used to walk around like a bit of a limp, but no one knew. It's my own.
It's your own shit.
And I carried on, and we're here today.
Do you look back on those times and think, I wish I experienced more?
Yes. So I'll be transparent. So I was actually in a relationship back then when I first started. I believe the relationship.
I bet she hated it, right?
I believe the relationship ended because of that. Yeah. I didn't really think about that. I was so focused on my work. No regrets. Obviously, there's no regrets.
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason. I think for years, work took over my life. Even as bad as it sounds, the family was never as high priority as work, and that's my regret.
Yeah.
And right now, family is everything to me.
Yeah.
Everything. And you live and learn. And I've definitely learned. But back then, we don't have the resources we have now. I didn't know any different. I just thought I had to work hard.
Physically.
Definitely, I had to put the hours in.
Yeah.
I'm young, and that's kind of was my mindset. Obviously now we've got more resources. We know, we can work smarter, which I obviously do now. Smarter, build a team.
Yeah.
But for years it was, I was a lone soldier, and I did.
Do you think those hours that you were putting yourself through came from? Well, my dad's in the fish shop.
Yeah.
All of my dad's friends are in the fish shop.
Yeah.
They get to the shop at X time and they don't get home till 10.
Okay.
So if I'm in a line of work that's different to them and I'm doing less hours, they're always going to say, "Oh, Pav, Endulefki." Do you know what I mean? Pav don't work and Pav don't do his shit. But you doubled their time in a harder, well, maybe not a harder craft in terms of what you were actually doing, but the hours were there, weren't they?
Maybe, now you say that, maybe looking back at family, my dad, I know about the work.
Yep.
Even my mom, look, in education, head teaching, the hours she'd put in. This is one of the reasons why growing up, I didn't really look. My mom and dad split when I was very young.
Yeah,
I didn't really. Even my mom, she was working. Yeah, I was at my grandmother's all the time. I was the kid who had to get a lift to football most weeks. Yeah, that's how I was. Yeah. I never had that push. Do you know what I mean? But I will make sure my kid will get. You know what I mean? Yep. Yes, my dad was able every so often. When he didn't have the shot after work, he could come and pick me up from. But Stoke to Birmingham's quite a mission. Yeah. Every so often he'd grab me, take me to football. But me growing up, I had to be independent very quick, and I
think that suited you, benefited you.
I think now, 100%. I mean, I never had anyone to kind of guide me in terms of business. No, my mum was in education. Yeah, she was employed.
She would just turn up at this time, do your work, and leave.
Yeah, even my dad. I think with the fish shop people, they have the set routine. They don't really know any different.
There's not really much strategy. There's not much business strategy.
My dad's still in the chip shop. My dad's in the fish shop now. He works long hours still. He's old school. He's not one of them who has the managers there.
It's like my old man.
Yeah.
I was literally saying this to H on the way up. I went to see my Bapu and my today, my grandparents.
Yeah.
Their manager's away in Cyprus, and they've been at the shop from the open to the close for the last 2 weeks, and will be until next week. And I turned up and I thought, I woke up this morning, I went to the gym, I did some editing, and then I got in the car with my best pal. We're driving up to go and have a conversation with somebody that I really fuck with, and that's my day of work. And they're still doing this. Like it's an evolution thing of they're still in the ways of there where they could have a manager, they could sell and go and live in Cyprus or take a back seat, but they just don't want to.
No, I know, it's crazy.
They don't want to.
I was to say, in terms of, sorry, I don't mean to completely change the convo, but what I was going to say is in terms of, you say that the business structure now to how you've got the business, you've got people working under you. Do you want to go through that a little bit as well? Because I'm sure that there's some people that are listening that want to be online coaches or PTs, and they're just curious how they can scale.
I think I'll start with I've been online coaching for many years, but when COVID happened,
is that when you transitioned?
It kind of gave me I transitioned more into online. Up until then, it was kind of PT, and then online was the side thing. Yeah,
the side hustle.
Yeah, but But I do think back then I wasn't providing the best service I can online, because I believe when you're focusing so much on the one side of the business, the other one suffers a little bit. So when I moved fully pretty much online after COVID, I mean, I got the right systems in place. I learned the best way to be a coach, I suppose, online. I was very old school at first. I was the type of person.
You're very in your face, loud.
It was also about, like, you know, Word documents back then. You'd send a questionnaire by Word, you get it back by Word. It's a bit like the old school mentality, whereas now we use Google Docs. You know, I've got a separate number for online coaching clients. I've got a system in place, custom built website now, which has got a portal on there. So a client will sign up with me online, fill a questionnaire out. I get the information on them. I then start to create their training, their nutrition plan. We do weekly check-ins to monitor them, make adjustments, give them feedback. They'll get a communication by WhatsApp. We'll message each other. We'll do video analysis. They'll send me videos of them training. I can assess their form, their intensity. They get a lot more for their money with online coaching as opposed to personal training. You pay that hourly fee. And I get better results 100% with online coaching. You know, I've got a young lad now who's under me at the gym. He's doing most of the PT work. There was 2, but now it's 1. And yeah, with the health kitchen being next door to the gym, that helps. I can oversee that as well. So I'll pop into the gym a few days a week to do a little bit of PT as well. Myself. Train your mum.
She comes home. Oh, I can't walk. Oh, Pav killed me today. She's a moaner.
Yeah. And no, she's good.
She's a moaner though. Good. She knows it as well.
And then with the kitchen next door, I can obviously have my food next door as well, which helps.
Well, in terms of like scaling, or like, I don't even know if that's something that you want to do, is completely scale and trying to take things to the next level. Is that like, how would you go about that? Would it be products, bringing in more PTs under you?
I think with PTs, it's hard because a lot of the time, eventually they're going to go. They're going to do their own thing. That's what's happened recently.
They understand what they want to do. And
of course, online coaching is definitely more scalable. I think
as like on like a self-employed type basis.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I know I've got more to give. I'm about to start doing like Facebook ads as well now. I've always been organic.
Who's running them?
Oh, yeah. I didn't know you did that as well.
Yeah.
Do everything marketing.
You do that as well?
Don't doubt us, man.
Okay, we'll have to have a conversation. I didn't know.
Off cam though, off cam.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's right now I'm happy. I'm not content.
I was just about to ask, are you content?
It's hard. I think I wish I could be content.
Yeah.
I'm not where I want to be yet, but I'm better than I was yesterday.
Yeah.
I think that's
all that matters. Those little improvements every day.
Exactly, and I think now that I've got a bit more time, you know, I remember I never used to have evenings. I never used to have any time to myself. I never used to watch TV. I met Maria, my wife, and I started watching TV with her. I never watched TV. I had a TV in my back then I had an apartment. It wasn't even plugged in.
Just there for show.
Genuinely, I had no TV lights. I didn't watch TV. No Netflix. Yeah. It was only when I started, seeing
having downtime. Really, yeah.
So when they first invented fire, you
presses the on button. He's like, "Whoa, this shit's actually quite cool."
Look, it's nice to have that time. You know, make more time for family as well. Man, it's a blessing. It's a blessing for sure.
Do you wish that you realised this sooner?
I think I should have got into more online sooner. I do. To be honest, everything fell right in the right way. So when I was at Fitness First, which then changed to 24/7 Fitness, okay, I actually left there. People don't even know this story. I've never actually gone public with this because I don't like to ever, even though it wasn't my fault, I don't like to put, other people down, I suppose.
Yeah. Is this a Gooms Pod exclusive then?
So 24/7 Fitness had been open for about 6 months now. So I just took over Fitness First, yeah? And I was going to Las Vegas, actually, about 2 days after this happened. So one of the managers, or the studio managers, came up to me one day. Pav, we need your PT qualifications. Okay. Obviously, I've been at the gym 9 years already, whatever. Anyway, I was like, that's fine. I just moved as well, a property, I've just moved house. Yeah. And I said, I'm going to Vegas in 2 days. do this when I get back, because at the minute I'm in boxes, and that's fine. About an hour or two later, I've got members coming up to me saying, "Oh, that staff member saying you're unqualified," and then one of the staff at the gym came up to me and she's going around saying to people, "You're not qualified." And I thought,
was this the owner of the gym?
This was a studio manager, but she was with
the same person that asked you for your qualifications.
Yeah, she was with one of the main people. They were married,
so she could do whatever the fuck she wanted.
I mean, she couldn't, but she tried to.
Yeah.
Anyway, and she said that, and then do you know what? I went straight to her fella.
Yeah.
Sent him a message. I didn't even mention her name. Someone's going around saying,
best thing you could have done, really.
I'm unqualified. And then, remember, I haven't spoke to her yet. She doesn't know, but I know anything. Mm-hmm. She's then come in to the gym trying to find the lad who told me. Now, she would never have known that. So my assumption was the guy that I messaged, he knew it was, she said something. She might have rang him before. Yeah. Because the only way she came to the gym then to find out who's told me this was through him. It had to be, no one else knew.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, then it clicked. You know, he was saying to me, "Pav, no, it's probably all just don't ignore it." And then it clicked they're obviously talking there. Mm. And I got a lot of pride. I got a lot of, I believe back then I brought a lot to that gym, a lot of members, okay? And I think I truly believed that they needed me more than I needed them. So I literally, on that day, I went to a local gym down the road called Total Fitness. I spoke to the owner. I said, "Look, I'm going to bring this many clients, et cetera. Can I work here?" It's only like 5 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
Of course you can. You know, you can have a free membership because you're bringing this many people, because they're going to be members, obviously. Mm-hmm. And at the minute, I'm paying rent, by the way, this gym, commercial gym, fitness for 24/7. So I've now just got rid of all this rent. Handed my notice in that day. Kept it very professional. I spoke to the owners then, and they were saying to me, "Pav, please don't leave. We'll give you a free rent period, whatever."
Yeah.
But no,
I said they saw your value, obviously.
Exactly. And I thought, no, I've gone this far now, and I left. That was kind of, and I believe that was the key moment. I left there, went to this other gym, and I think then I started to kind of realize more about business. You know, I didn't need to pay that 400, 500 whatever rent, because I can offer this gym down the road, 50 members, whatever. I can bring something. I'm bringing myself as a brand, which is going to be better for that other gym as well. And slowly but surely we got better and better. And
wait, when was this?
So I moved to that gym in 2017. I remember, July 2017. I went to Vegas. Yeah, that was 2017.
What's Vegas like? I'm just saying, I've never been.
Vegas is another world. Been twice.
Yeah?
Been twice.
Hey, you're going to have to take us as well.
I don't know if we keep up with Pav.
No.
Having the big boys.
It's a wild place.
Yeah.
Love it. And Vegas is another place. That's where I got a lot of inspo as well from the food aspect.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah. I've got a good friend over there, Jason. He's like the main promoter, can get all the tables sorted. And we went to the gym one day. They took me to somewhere to eat after. I'm not going to name the place, but that place kind of got me a bit of inspo. I thought, you know what? This is what the UK needs. And that's kind of where I got that motivation from. So, again.
Well, let's move into that then. So, obviously, you have a lot of stuff going on. You jumped into the food game. How was that business structure and that business model different? And what did it make you learn about not only yourself as a person, but yourself as a businessman?
Okay, so first things first, food is the hardest game.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. And my wife, Maria, was in corporate work at the time. I've took Maria away from corporate, to then run a kitchen. Now, that was a tough ask, but Maria's a great cook. Yeah, she's amazing. I'm a massive foodie.
I see your stories.
Yeah, I'm a massive foodie. For years, you can go back 10 years. I've been posting food for the last 10, 12 years, yeah? I've always been a massive foodie. I think my biggest belief is I will only give customers, the food I would eat. Yeah, so the standard is always high. And I thought there's definitely a market for it. There's not many people doing it right now. And we going in neighbouring West Brom boundary, obviously, because the kitchen was there to start with. So I got involved with the gym. Saw a space in the gym. I thought, you know what, a kitchen would be great here. And we put it into the gym. But then, COVID happened, guys. COVID. So it was hard because we couldn't open because we was in the gym.
Oh, what? Even though you did food though, because I know that food places I remember the fish shop, Bear Grylls. We all opened after.
Worker,
Yeah. So at first we did. A lot happened. Let's just say a lot happened, and then we was unable to open the kitchen, and it's hard. You know, you're opening, you're closing. You know, we couldn't leave the house at one point. Apparently, yeah. So a lot happened.
I love that you said apparently, because it means we're on the same page.
Yeah.
A lot happened, and then you know, we eventually went and opened. We was opening the Dudley one at the same time. Okay. I'm not going to go too much into it. More so out of respect for Boundary, the brand, because you know the franchise owners, they're very good people. I don't want to go too much into it, but we had to kind of take the gym, the kitchen to another place, and then close the one kitchen. We wanted to do both, obviously, that was the plan, but this happened, so we then opened Dudley. And look, I think food is a tough game. You know, I'm very grateful that business is steady, things are okay. I think right now, with the way the food world is, people struggling out there.
Yeah.
You know, and there's definitely scalability in this business. But if you rush this business, if you rush any food business, it can literally make or break you. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah. So the first thing that came to my head was obviously the franchise owners. Then I don't think they're going to be too far from you, because how many foundries are there? Maybe like 10, 15?
There's a lot of they're growing fast.
Yeah.
You know?
Who's to say there couldn't be a health kitchen, every single one?
You're right. I think.
But again,
I was just going to say.
I feel it would be rushing, definitely. I think next, if I do another one, I'm not sure I want to be next to a gym. I think I want to be in a high street.
To be your own place.
I think I want to be in a busy high street. I think people think being next to a gym, you've got all the gym members, but you also have a problem with people get intimidated by. It's next to the gym there. Can we go there?
Yeah.
And I think that's where it's getting better. I still think we're missing a huge chunk of people.
I was going to say, you're losing out the clientele that maybe don't love the gym, but actually want to eat a little bit cleaner and just walk instead of going and pushing
but this
weights.
is all trial and error, right? You don't, you have to do it, and you learn.
Yeah.
And Maria, you know, she's learned as she's been doing it. It's mad and the standard of food we produce, you know,
it's brilliant.
It's really good, yeah.
It's brilliant. Don't humble him, bro. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, your stuff's dope, bro.
I'll say I've come and had protein pancakes a couple of times, man.
She actually sent me some. We're doing some Biscoff limited edition protein pancakes.
Oh damn!
Next
Smash.
They're going to be a big hit.
But yeah, H loves Biscoff.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, we both do, but you more than me.
To be honest, you all the same way that you said, like you're just a foodie. Just all food, like it don't matter what it is. If it tastes good, like I'm like,
oh yeah. Look, if you can eat healthy, tasty, nutritious food, and it's good for you. I mean,
what is more important for you? Is it more, obviously, I know you said you're more like on your health thing right now, but in terms of nutrition, is it more for aesthetics and the kind of calories that you're putting in, or is it your health?
I think nowadays, even with my clients, I work mostly with lifestyle clients.
Yeah.
I understand balance. I understand that we have a life to live as well, that, you know, dieting full time, training every day isn't always the way. Yeah, people can't always do that. People have busy lives. They have kids. So I understand that. I understand that if you've got your son's birthday Sunday, I understand that you might have to slice cake. You might have to go out for a family meal. I understand that.
Yeah.
So the clients I work with a lot of busy professional people, people who, you know, might have events to go to, and we'll work around their life.
I was going to say, that's probably what makes you stand out, because you cater around the lifestyle depending on your client.
Look, I enjoy life, you know. Like this Saturday, we're going out for my birthday. I'm going to have a few drinks. I'm going to enjoy some sushi, some time.
What's your drink?
I like...
Are you going Taboo?
I'm going to Taboo, actually.
Food's actually really good.
Taboo. My friend owns
It's
Taboo.
got better.
Amazing place.
Yeah. It's got a lot.
I remember the
every
first
time
time
we've
we
gone,
went,
it's got better and better.
The first time
and
we
better.
went, the service just took absolutely ages.
It's hard, you know, like, again...
It's a food
we went
place?
in the first week. and a half.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah,
2
it wasn't-
weeks,
yeah.
They're getting on their feet, man. Like,
No, it's,
Of course.
Again, but we go back to food. It's a hard business, man.
yeah, bro.
In terms of, I meant in terms of you though. What I know you
Okay,
said you
yeah,
go
yeah.
out, but what are you? Is it health every day, or is it I'm trying to look good?
I'm one of them people that go through phases where if I need to switch, flip the switch, I will. Right now, I live a balanced life. I eat. I've got set calories.
How much you eating?
Around the 3,000 mark.
Okay,
Yeah, so I'm always.
I expected more. You're a big guy.
I try and stay leanish, kind of all year round. Yeah, and the days of me trying to get massive are gone. Yeah, so I try and track here and there. I don't go. I know exactly what I'm eating.
You've got your understanding already
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
So you don't
exactly.
need to plug it into MyFitnessPal.
Exactly, and I know if I'm gonna go bad, if I'm gonna eat bad food, even if I eat bad food, I eat good bad food. Like I went London the weekend. I had a nice steak. I had some sushi again. I'm not your McDonald's sort of person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not that
You
person.
won't go and get pizza and smash a large one on your own. Or,
that's the difference to me and Chris. After a late night, Chris is like, "Yeah, Mackey's drive-through, fillet of fish, quarter pounder."
I like food, man.
I mean, this year I did the Greek fast this year. Did the fast?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we
Fuck that.
yeah, I was just about to say the exact
6
same.
weeks. No, 6 weeks. I'm right. 50
Or
days. I did 50 days.
60 days.
I think it's
Actually, you know
40.
what?
It's 40 days, but I did 50 for whatever reason.
Wait, did you do everything though, or just no meat?
I did no meat. I still had fish and eggs.
Yeah.
But for me, no meat is it's a massive.
I was gonna say I'd struggle. Like, wow. I've only ever done it
I
once.
thought I'd struggle, but I like fish.
Yeah.
I like eggs, and I still have whey protein.
Just a routine thing, wasn't it, really? Once you got it into your routine.
Of course. So yeah, I like to eat good, clean food. If I go and eat out, I like cleanish food.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, even like I know for a fact. I could probably say this for everybody that they just notice a massive difference when you put in bad food in yourself. Like we went to Barca not long ago and we had KFC 7 days on the trot just because we didn't. There was nowhere else
I sent
near
you somewhere
us.
to go. Remember?
Huh?
I sent you somewhere
We
to
went?
go. Oh yeah,
Yeah, but we were like
That's the one place we went outside of KFC. And we had KFC. We had that for lunch and had KFC for dinner.
Oh, God.
Do you know what? We were 45 minutes from anywhere to go and eat.
Oh,
There
okay.
was a
We weren't
KFC, a
in
Burger
city.
King. We
Yeah.
were in some little village outside Barca, and like we got back, and like I remember that first meal. Like I remember waking up feeling so much better the next day. Like just putting that food into
clean
us
food.
every single day.
I had
was
salmon
horrible.
rice and long stem broccoli for like 5 days on the bounce.
I was
Just
gonna say,
because I just fell in love with that.
We like eating
Not
clean
feeling
as
like
well.
shit after my meal.
Look, I think if you eat shit all the time, you feel shit, and that's truth, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a mental thing as well.
You feel when you eat clean, when you train, you drink enough water, you feel better, man.
Yeah, and you're sharp.
Sharper.
And for people like us, we need to be sharp because if we're not,
Yeah.
it's reflected onto our clients and they can see it. And guess what? They can drop you or they can go somewhere else. Or you see the difference in those small habits. If you change them, if you increase the good ones and the productive ones, or if you decrease them, you naturally see a change in your work, in your day-to-day life, in everything. Like it's essential for me anyway.
I totally agree.
What would you say? So for like someone eating, what would you say like their essentials are every day to get in, like health foods, in terms of like, okay, I'm going to have eggs because they've got magnesium, vitamin D in.
Look, I work with clients who are vegan, which is hard as well. I work with
Yeah,
every different type of client I've worked with. Who
You putting
different
on their
diet.
plans falafel every day or what?
Hard, it's very hard. But I think, I've got here's an example. I've got clients who don't like eating breakfast. Okay, now a lot of people say you have to eat breakfast. You don't have to eat breakfast. You can fast a little bit. It's not the end of the world. I don't do the fasting because it's fasting's great. I do it because if it works for your lifestyle, if you can prolong the morning and it helps you, and you can just drink some water, have some coffee, maybe some electrolytes. It's got to work for you. So I always say to the clients, it's got to work for you. And then obviously with most of my clients, they're having a gram of protein per pound of body weight. Most of them. Lean protein sources with fats in as well, different carbohydrate sources, which we having essential fats, spreading meals out accordingly. But again, some people might want to eat 3 meals a day. Some people can have time to eat 6 meals a day. Mm-hmm. I'm not one of them coaches that says to you, you have to eat 6 meals every 2 hours, or it has to work for the client. And this is where a lot of people go wrong and then can't retain clients, is because they're trying to force on the client that they might be doing. I'm a bodybuilder, I eat 6 times a day, and I get up, do fasted cardio for an hour. Yeah. You have to do this as well. You don't have to do that.
I feel like as well that actually comes down to that person's probably more invested in their own bodybuilding than their business.
Yes.
Because for me, the way that sounds is that they've just copied and pasted a plan and made some alterations in terms of what your calorie intake is.
Oh, of course. I mean, with my plans, especially my training plans, I design a training plan based on the gym the client trains at. So in the questionnaire, I've got, what gym do you use? If it's JD, whatever, Oldbury, it's Pure Gym, London. Yeah. Whatever the gym is, I go on to Google, I search the gym. Usually you can find the Google the video, and I find out exactly what kit they've got. And sometimes you might say 5 years ago. So if that's the case, I'll even go on the Instagram, I'll even message the client, send me a video of you in the gym. Because let's be honest, a foundry gym compared to a pure gym is totally different. So why it's got to work, again, and this is where a lot of people go wrong. They end up doing what you just said, copy and pasting plans.
You cater for your client, so that's why you stand out.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
You know, I don't try and work with crazy, I know people working with big numbers, you know, and fair play to them. You know, I don't like to go too big. I like to make sure I'm providing a quality service.
Yeah. Like a quality over quantity type of thing.
Of course, you know, and
how much you charge? Just out of curiosity.
Online coaching.
Yeah, like per month.
It starts from 175.
Okay. Oh, that's quite affordable then.
Yeah. I've got 2 packages, gold, platinum. Anyone's interested, they can drop me a message.
Listen, we're going to put all of Pav's details in the descriptions, man. If you like what he's saying and you want to get in touch, you'll be able to find it.
I appreciate it.
But yeah.
What's the most expensive package?
I do a platinum package.
$5,000.
Look, I do monthly, 3-month option, 6-month option.
It's all dependent.
With the platinum, for example, you get a video call with me per week as well. It's more check-ins. So you get a lot more time off me as well. Whereas my standard one is just 1 weekly check-in a week. But again, we still stay in touch. It's up to the client, really. I've got clients who message me on a daily basis. I've got some clients that don't message me. The service is there for them to use, and how they use it, you know, obviously I'll message clients as well, but, you know, I always encourage everyone, you know, I get some clients message, sorry to bother you. You're not bothering me, you're paying me for a service, so don't worry about bothering me. You can bother me. Yeah. Whatever time you message me, even if I'm asleep, I'm going to message you the next morning.
Do you know who Greg Doucette is? Bodybuilder, you content creator from America. He's older, like 55 maybe.
Greg, he says he's a doctor sometimes.
Yeah. Do you know how much he charges for his online coaching?
No, it's just
30 grand a year.
What?
Seriously, but the way that you can do that though is he's got I can't remember. I haven't watched. I used to really be into bodybuilding, content creators, and everything.
Yeah,
that's like for me bodybuilding from the age of 16 until maybe when did I start doing functional fitness?
A year ago, bro.
Yeah, literally about a year ago. Like bodybuilding, watching bodybuilding content, bodybuilders. Like was my life. I used to go to what was the event they used to do?
Body Power.
Yeah, I used to love going Body Power, all that type of shit.
You were like 3 years on the bounce, yeah. 2 years.
No, I went twice. But I remember, like, I used to watch all of these content creators, and Greg used to have something like 2 mil subs back in the day, or 1.5 million. So if he's got this many people that are watching him, and even if it's 3 people that are willing to pay the 30 grand, that's 90K.
Crazy.
Yeah.
First competed at Body Power. First show I ever did.
Did you?
2014. Men's physique.
You did compete a few times, right?
Yeah, I did that.
What was that first show like?
It was hard because I was in terrible shape. That was that year when I was on about the cardio, the pure gym in the morning.
You were in shit shape?
I was terrible shape, yeah. And 6 months, worked hard. Then no cheat meals.
No cheat meals for 6 months?
6 months. Did the show. I left the show, got home. I'll always remember that day because my mom was somewhere else. Wherever she was somewhere. Got home. I've ordered some pizza. Domino's, I remember I've ordered it. 2 pizzas, ice cream, sides, all that, whatever. 2014. Anyway, it's come and I've smashed a lot. Now, keep in mind, I haven't eaten this in 6 months. Yeah. Anyway, stomach started being like a bit like, oh. And all of a sudden, I just like collapsed to the floor. And I was like, I couldn't move. Literally, I just fully cramped my stomach. And I remember the phone was kind of like over there.
Normal.
Yeah.
He's trying to call.
No, it's right.
But Pav just got a food.
No.
Can't move on that.
The shot when it's like the camera's coming out.
Genuinely, that's what happened. And then
you actually collapsed from eating the
I just couldn't stand up.
I'm sorry then.
No.
I'm picturing you on the floor, like still ripped, but like can't move.
And then I managed to get to the phone. I thought, I don't want to ring the ambulance. It's embarrassing. So I ring my mum up.
What did you do? Oh, I ate 2 pizzas.
I rang my mum up. I was like,
could you not speak as well?
I was like, Mother, I can't move. What's happened? I've just eaten some food. What do you mean? I've ate too much and I literally feel like I'm going to die. And she was like, I'm going to ring the ambulance now. I was like, no, don't ring the ambulance. And she went and rang the ambulance. Anyway, and I rang her back saying, Mom, please don't ring the ambulance. All of a sudden, an ambulance show up. Yeah, ambulance show up. And my mum's come back as well. It's embarrassing because obviously the ambulance weren't needed. Yeah. You know, sorry to the ambulance, for coming out. And I was really bad that day though. I was really
Wait, what was it just because you ate so many calories?
Look, you got to remember, if you've not eaten any bad food for 6 months and you've actually, I dieted very hard that year. I went so low with calories, I put my body through a lot and your stomach's going to shrink. Yeah. Look,
could you not feel it when you were eating though?
No.
Like, stop, pal.
What did they say? They say when you start eating, it takes your body, is it 20 minutes to realise?
I think it's like 10.
I smashed it fast as I could. Probably all gone. And I'm a big foodie, guys. I'm a fast eater as well.
I'm the exact same. No, we're the same. We'll go out. We'll always order for like 3-4 people.
Where did we go? What's it called? That place?
Smash it in 5
we went to this
minutes.
Persian place. What's it? No,
we went to Kurvan in London. Have you ever been to Kurvan before?
No. Sounds good.
Turkish restaurant. They just do the big platters. And it was a platter for 4 to 6 people. And there was a family sat next to us that ordered the exact same platter. Theirs came like maybe 10 minutes before us. Ours came. We smashed all of it. Theirs was still half full. They were like, fucking hell.
I've done food challenges in the past as well.
Actually,
I've done food challenges.
I've done one. I did 10K challenge in a day.
Got some crazy stories for that.
Wait, what food challenges?
I'll tell you one story. So we was at where was we? We did
like the man versus food. Like you go to a restaurant.
Yeah, the man first. I've won a few of them, and then the one time, funny story. So we actually went to a stag do. Don't ask me. We was in Telford. Someone's stag do.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're in Stafford now. It was called the Bear Grill, believe it or not. Yeah. Like your dad's place, but it's Stafford, like it's a burger place, whatever.
Yeah. Fucking wankers.
Anyway, or something like that. Anyway, and it was a massive burger. I'm trying to give you an example. I don't know if the camera's going to see this table, but it's maybe a little bit smaller than that table. It was
like that?
It was big. It was massive.
Like a foot by a foot.
It was huge. The burger. Then you get 2 big chips, 2 pints of Coke, and you get whatever.
Coke's necessary though. You kind of need it.
Yeah. So anyway, started
full fat or Coke Zero?
Full fat as well. Ate all the meat first. Clever. I ate all the meat first.
Yeah.
Dipping my bread in the Coke. I don't know what I was doing, but I was dipping it, eating it. Smashed the fries. Anyway, I must have had about that much of a pint left of Coke to break the record for the whole UK, whatever it was, and I missed it by like 10 seconds. Oh. So after I missed that record, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to leave it. So I left the glass there with that much, half a pint.
Because you didn't.
I left it to the last minute. I just finished it because I thought, if I can't break the record, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
But my uncle, he's there, he's finished, and I'm like, how's he done this? Couldn't. My brain wasn't working. How he's finished it before me, and I'm feeling bad at this point.
Yeah.
We've left the restaurant, and by the way, you have it free when you eat it all. Yeah,
complete. Yeah.
So he ate all his, so his was free, mine was free. My other uncle was clever, he had like a steak. We've left the restaurant. Keep in mind now, this uncle who finished it was wearing some old shorts, and he starts pulling stuff out of his pockets. He's put the food in his pocket. Couldn't believe it. He put all this food in, he's taking it out. He was like, did you eat all that? I was like, yeah, I did eat all that. And then I'm throwing up somewhere because I've ate too much food.
And he's thinking, what an idiot, works smart, not hard.
And crazy. I was in Sheffield one time with the lads. There was a food challenge there. Did that. Broke the record. Everyone ate free.
Wait, what was the challenge?
Oh, I can't remember what the challenge was. But
I find this so funny, just thinking like, boys.
People are probably thinking now, this guy.
Boys, food's on me today.
This fitness guy, he's eating all this food. Anyway, and then
I genuinely didn't expect
ladies had to get the CCTV out. She checked the cameras.
To make sure you had it.
Yeah, so it was like a massive argument. We went back and forth with management. In the end, I've had to say, look, there's cameras here. Go and check the cameras. Because she obviously thought the lads were
all picking at it, yeah.
It wasn't. And
no, they were trying, and Pav was like, get off.
So did a few of them, but I'm not promoting that, by the way. That was
don't excessive.
I was very young back then.
I think it must be like Greeks just genetically just eat shit tons, man.
Do you know, guys? After my comps as well, whenever you compete, anyone who watches this right now who competes will understand. You get this post-show, this post-diet, kind of your metabolism goes to some crazy extreme, and it can be quite dangerous. You know, people can...
What do you mean?
In the point where people can rebound very badly. They'll be in amazing shape one day, and then within 2 weeks, they've lost everything, and they're worse off.
Yeah.
Because whenever anyone diets full stop to an extreme level, your thyroid gets affected. And, you know, your metabolism, you just want to keep eating. And I remember one time I'm in Cyprus a couple of weeks after my show, which is,
dangerous.
And my dad was like, he was actually getting angry with me. He was upset with me. He was like, people are asking me if I feed you. Like, you're eating that much. And then we're going back to the villa, where we're staying. Yeah. And you're getting more food. And like at one time he had to go at me, but I don't think he understood. Like, and I'm trying to explain to Dad, listen, my body's in this crazy, you know, I'm eating up food that quick.
Yeah. The thing is though, the day after when everyone took their tops off at the beach, you still looked the best.
Still looked, crazy.
Yeah. You know, putting your body through bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And, you know, peak week and everything, and really completely starving yourself, dehydrating yourself. It's worth it.
I mean, in 2019, I won the British Championship muscle model. It was the last ever one, actually. They got rid of muscle model after that year. Okay. It was the last ever muscle model.
It was the last name on the leaderboard.
That was my category, guys. That was kind of like, you're not bodybuilder, but you're not men's physique with shorts. You're kind of in between. You know what I mean? You're kind of that in between size. And that was my best kind of look and feeling. And obviously last year I competed, but I went back down to men's physique with the shorts. I felt like my best, but it wasn't my day, you know, no excuses.
So for someone that doesn't understand what the difference is between that, can you just...
Okay, so men's physique, obviously you wear board shorts, okay, on stage.
It's like a trunk, like you would wear at a pool or something like that.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Muscle model, which is obviously gone now, was like short shorts, yeah? So your legs are on show, but not like
the pants type thing.
Yeah. And then obviously bodybuilding, you wear more of
so you can see all the way up to the
everything,
groin.
the glutes, the lot, but I was always kind of, I never wanted to push myself that much, you know, to get even more bigger. And I felt like what I was doing was more marketable for what I do as well. Yeah. It's a healthier look than trying to push for a lot of size.
You didn't want to attract the bodybuilders as clients. You wanted to
I suppose,
clients,
yeah.
Right?
I mean, back in the day, I was actually helping people, a lot more people prep for shows.
Oh, right, okay.
I came slowly, I came away from that. Even back when I first started PTing, I never used to do like physique style bodybuilding training. It was always functional, a lot of fitness related training, and everyone started to do it. Like, I was one of the first to do kettlebells, you know. You didn't see battling ropes back then, you know. You didn't see Bulgarian bags, you didn't see Vipers and all that. There was loads of
Bulgarian bags, just the sandbags.
It was like them special sandbags. There was
there
was like a lot of stuff back then wasn't seen, so it was kind of new. And everyone started to do it, which is fine.
Do you think that's also to do with social media, though? That social media wasn't as accessible at that time, so that line of work wouldn't have been pushed to as many people.
If we want to go back to then, guys, social media wasn't a thing back then. When I first started, it wasn't, you know, you're in the gym, you chat to people, you ring people.
That's the only way you get clients.
Back then it was hard, you know, and then back then as well, you didn't have these like these commercial gyms now. As a PT, you can go there, you can give the gym your time in exchange for, you know, paying no rent. Give them 15 hours.
That's like pure gym.
But back then, my time, it was like you get 4 weeks for free, 4 weeks at this price, 4 weeks at this price, and then you're paying full rent. So you're fast tracked. But thankfully, I actually came away from that earlier than I was meant to, because I built a client base very quickly. And I think I valued my time as well, you know, giving the gym your time, which is fine. I get it. People, I think your time is very precious, yeah? So if you're giving 20 hours of your time when you could be charging, you know, whatever you're charging,
however much,
is a lot. And I think people don't want to take that risk. And I think I get it, you know, it's a risk sometimes, but
all the best things in life are on the other end of a risk, man.
Of course, imagine that, giving that much time into your own business and into the gym.
Literally, bro, 20 hours a week.
20 hours a week.
Imagine you put 20 hours a week into learning a new skill or a new craft or a new line of work to a completely different clientele that you could gain.
It's like the PT works with me now. He was doing some at Pure Gym as well. He's just handed his notice in. You know, things are looking up. He's doing really well. at Foundry. Doesn't need to be at Pure Gym no more. Yeah. You know, big respect to Pure Gym though. They're a good established gym who. Look, they're definitely helping PTs.
I mean, H is still there anyway.
Yeah, so there you
Well,
go.
listen, I'll be completely my honest opinion about Pure Gym. I think that apart from it being 24 hours, I think it's a pretty shit gym. I'll be straight up.
Do you know that one in Dudley Port now? They've actually made a massive functional area as well.
Yeah, they've all got their functional areas.
It's becoming more and more.
I was going to say functional. Yeah, it was probably very new when you started doing it, but now it's almost like I started seeing on my TikTok and everything like that, like whilst I was doing my bodybuilding, it was like, stop training like a bodybuilder. You need to train like an athlete.
Yeah.
It was like that kept coming up, and I was like, you know what? Like I've never trained like that. I'm getting bored of how I was training. I need to switch up.
Yeah,
I prefer training like that.
Now we mix it up, and it's the most enjoyable kind of way that we have our split.
Yeah.
I like functional 3 times.
I'm a big fan now of splitting. The way I'm doing it now, I'm boxing a bit. You know, I'm doing my cardio.
Yeah.
Feel better, man, you know, and I definitely encourage, you know, bodybuilders, people who have, you know, lifted weights only to maybe one day try and mix up a little bit. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what it is? For me, it's the cardiovascular benefits. Like, I feel good. I feel so much better training like this. Like, being able to, like, I'll wake up on a Sunday and I'll just be like, fuck it, I'm going to run 14K today. Just because, like, I rode 60K on the Sunday just gone, like, because I can.
Yeah, no, I'm not like that.
But look,
you don't have to go to that extent, but like what I'm saying is that you feel good.
Yeah, facts.
If we dive into bodybuilding a bit more, we all know, you know, a lot of bodybuilders take supplements. Yeah, we can go supplements. Yeah, and you know, later on in life, you know, when you're talking about fertility, you want to start a family. Look, there's people out there that are blessed that it's happened for them still. Great. Yeah. But there's a lot of people out there who are unable to, you know, have kids because of, you know, this bodybuilding world.
Can we dive into that on a personal level?
Yeah. So so for me as well, you know, doctors were saying I couldn't have kids, man. You know, and remember, I'm one of the reasons why I did the physique, the muscle one. I never wanted to push my body to the extreme level of bodybuilding. Yeah. I still enjoy life. I go out, you know, I'll have a drink with my friends. You know,
balance is there.
I balance. Right? Look, there's people like that don't drink, and I get it. Their life is bodybuilding, and they take whatever they take, and it's probably better than some of the other stuff people do. I get it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I think, you know, over time, your body does need a break. And you know, with fertility as well. Obviously, I'm Greek. You're Greek. You know, our families,
very important.
Big families, and you know, it was time to start trying for a baby. And I made sure I did all my checks a while before. And yeah, I thought I was gonna be okay. Believe it or not, I thought it'd been a you know, I thought it'd be fine.
I think most people would think that.
Yeah. And my sperm count was like, wasn't 0, but it was very low. Mm-hmm. And you obviously need a certain amount of, you know, sperm density, sperm count to conceive. Yeah. So I took what the doctor said, because they started talking about IVF very quickly, and you know, I always think though, like, if you do enough research out there, look, even eating healthier, guys, like even drinking more. I'm a big believer that there's natural remedies out there that can definitely 100%. Boost and you know.
I don't even take painkillers and stuff like that 100%. At all. I just don't. Why would I want to put something that's man-made into my body when I can just eat good and stay hydrated?
Of course, and you know, I did a lot of research. I took what I took. You know, again, anyone need any help with any fertility stuff, my DMs are open. I always say this. But eventually, the numbers exactly, I can give you the numbers. So my sperm count went from 600,000, which is very low, by the way. It needs to be in the millions, to 118 million. Wow. My density, which is like the density, went from 56,000 to 50.
And that work.
50, yeah, 53.
Bunch of little paths.
56 million.
Yeah.
And
they drastically increased.
So the day I told Maria, I remember it was like a Thursday. I was like, babe, got some good news, you know. And automatically you think better. You're more in your headspace is better. Yeah, you feel like
effectively we put on this planet from generations and generations before to reproduce.
Of course.
So when you're told you can't do the main sole purpose,
of course,
of being, like,
look, I think as well, if you know you're low, it's gonna somewhere be here. Yeah, even when you're doing what you're doing, you're still thinking, oh, I'm low.
Did it mess with you?
A little bit. But then as soon as I found out it was good, it actually already happened. Maria told me the next day. So Maria told me she's pregnant the day after I told her that my sperm was at a 4 times the minimum human level.
Yeah.
She told me. It was crazy. I walked in the house and
had his shoulders back. He was like, yeah.
I was gonna say, how did you do it?
How did you do what? Yeah.
What natural remedies?
Look, there was certain fertility, products I took. I don't know if it's best to talk about that on here though, generally, because it's
Okay.
I think it's better to, if anyone wants any.
The DMs are open.
Yeah.
DMs are open, and gotta do your own research as well, man.
Yeah, I think don't always I've had clients in the past come to me unable to have kids. I'm not going to name drop anyone.
Yeah, of course.
But this lady got super healthy, man. She lost 7 stone in about a year.
Wow.
I'll always remember because she was amazing at kettlebells. I always remember that. And she got pregnant.
That's amazing.
Had the baby. Amazing feeling. You just help someone.
Massively, bro.
So that was good. It was amazing. Yeah, it makes your what you do worth it, I suppose. Helping people generally, I love it. Genuine love for helping people. I think it's on my bio now. I have a genuine love for helping people. And
me and you say it quite often. There's nothing better than when you get that message like, "Oh man, like you motivated me to get up today and go to the gym."
And you know what, guys? I get a lot of these messages now. I'm so thankful for the message I get on Instagram. I try to put a lot of stuff out there, I suppose, to positivity, man. Yeah, a lot of it, and I get a lot of messages, and it's amazing. I love it.
It's reflected, man. It's reflected. I mean, just from having you on social media, anyway. Like sometimes you kick my ass into gear as well. Just back at not so much now, but I'd say about a year ago, before I was very into my routine of being up early, I'd wake up and you'd already done a session with someone, and like you're in the car at this time and it's freezing and you're sat talking to the camera, and I'm like, fuck me, like.
I always think as well, guys, we get to do a lot of things in life. Yeah, we get to go to the gym. We get to be here right now. There's people who are unable to go to the gym.
Yeah,
unable to do a lot of things in life, and we get to do those things. So I always say to everyone,
approach it that way.
You don't have to go to the gym. You get to go to the gym. That's always been my approach. And then you always hear people out there saying, I've got to go to the gym today. I've got to start dieting today. I've got to eat healthy. You haven't got to. You get to. People can't do this. People who can't eat. There's people who haven't got.
There's people that don't have access to the healthy foods, even to that extent, where they might only be able to snack on shit because it's for financial reasons or whatever the circumstances.
You say that though, but I mean, I know it's not going to be the same quality, but I was looking at whole chickens the other day on Tesco's. At Tesco's,
you always have to come in and fact check.
No, but listen though, you can get a whole chicken. You can get whole chicken for something like £2.70, bro, and that realistically could feed you for 2 days, like one individual. You have a quarter chicken every day. You telling me that being personally, I don't think there's an excuse at all for not being in a decent physical composition. Personally,
bro, you're saying it like I'm fat, G. Like,
no, I know. No, but I'm saying that people can eat healthy though.
Yeah. I think people need to. They've got to want to do it. You have to want to do it. No one can do it for you. How many times do we see now? People, can't do the cardio for you. People can't eat for you. People can't lift weights for you. That's on you. And
sorry, bro, that was a bit aggressive.
You did get angry about the whole chicken.
No, because I saw this the other day. I was like, fucking hell. Sorry, man.
No. I just think and once the results come, and they will come, that straight away, you get on them scales, you've lost some weight, and that feeling, and you want to keep going, you want to keep pushing. There's no better feeling, and that's a lot of people just need to create new habits. It's just getting started. A lot of people need guidance. A lot of people walk into the gym, look at the machines, and think, okay, that's free. I'm going to go on that today. That's just in a year later, that same person looks the same.
I think health and wellness should be taught at school. Personally, I've always said this to my mom, because it's like you should be taught the importance of it. Like now, where it's like everything's so accessible to us, such as food. You can come to a restaurant like right now and just get food instantly, or you can order it on an app. Like before, thousands of years ago, obviously we're gonna go have to hunt for that. And it's like that stimulant, the hormones that are going to get produced when you're going to go and do some hard physical activities, which would replicate something like that. Like, it's incredibly important that we go and do it.
Totally agree. I think schools need to teach a lot more business as well. I think
100%.
people need to know more about that. You know,
I came out of school, I didn't get taught about credit score. I didn't get taught how to apply for a mortgage. I didn't get taught about, is it necessary for me to even go and get a credit card?
I got a U in business. I'll put it out there. You know, again, something I don't really say, but I got a U in business studies, unclassified. Genuinely,
And now you make money, probably 10 times more salary than your business teacher, right? To put it into perspective,
maybe
of how important school is.
Trying to keep it
look,
humble.
I think with my mom being in education, I felt like I had to be
Committed.
maybe something that I was never like. I used to chat too much in school. I used to be chatting to this person too much. I was told by teachers you wouldn't get anywhere. As soon as I found something I loved, I enjoyed. Even look, PE I did all right. Yeah, PE was my subject. But once I found what I wanted to do, I put everything into that.
Became slightly obsessed.
I invested how much time into education for the sector I wanted to be a part of. You know, I put half my wages every month towards education for the first 2-3 years.
Towards what now?
So back then there was a lot of seminars.
Right,
even
okay.
now, like
Yeah,
I mean, end of July, I'm going to Tony Robbins' 3-day event. I love all this, like,
Just to go and grow your own knowledge.
of course, man. I mean, I've gone more into like, you know, we all know Tony Robbins. Hopefully, probably one of the biggest motivational speakers.
I actually don't know.
No. So he's one of the, if not the GOAT of motivational speakers. Helped a lot of people.
You see his face and you'll be like, oh.
Yeah, you'll know
Probably
exactly what it is. Yeah,
Probably.
but like this event, like it's proper, like 9 a.m. till midnight, 3 days in a row.
Fucking hell.
Twins.
NEC,
Double twins.
NEC. So again, that's if I can take something away. I always think if I can take something away from something, and it stays with me for life, it's worth the investment. So yeah, and I look, like I said, I love helping people, and I think nowadays, guys, the mental side of things are a lot more, let's just say, in at the minute. And I think it's important to also understand that aspect as well as the physical training aspect. I think the mental side of, you know, training, working with clients is just as important.
It's a good time to wrap up now. I want the restaurant back as well. It's been a good pod.
I think just before we go, to
I know
any
exactly what you're going to ask.
young personal trainer, young entrepreneur, any person that wants to step away from the norm, like you have, what advice would you give to that young person?
Okay, now even though we've got the resources now, look, there's a lot of resources there. You got help now. I still believe that you have to put the work in.
Facts.
You shouldn't be thinking about having half a day off there, half a day off here. I get it. Work smarter. I get that. I do. I really do. But when you're first starting, whatever hustle you're starting, you have got to put the time into your business. Whatever you're doing, you've got to give 110%.
Facts.
And then if all fails, if it fails, you know you've given your absolute all. I just think nowadays, you know, I can be straight. Like I haven't seen many PTs do what I did back in the day because I don't want to work. And that's the truth. You know, I get it. You've got a lot more resources now. You've got social media now. But I promise you, if you put the timing at the start, later on, you can take a bit of a step back. But you've got to put the work in.
Got me fired up.
I appreciate your time. I appreciate you guys inviting me down.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you for coming
And as
on.
well, if you guys
Thank
are
you for
wondering as well
organising
about the location, we said to Pav, you can come to our home studio, and he was like, look, I'm really busy. He obviously took some time out of his day to come, called up one of his clients, was like, listen, need your restaurant, G.
And do you know what it is? His restaurant is like, it's bougie in it. It's
we're in the sitting area where you wait to get to your table, by the way.
They're going to do more brunches here as well. They're obviously a restaurant, but they do brunches now as well. Then
Cool.
Five Rivers, Walsall.
Do you reckon they need any videography marking?
No,
as well?
speak. Look,
There you go.
Make sure that you follow us on Spotify, YouTube, subscribe. What else is there?
like, comment, do all of that shit.
Pav Savva, Instagram.
Yeah, it's there, bro.
Yeah,
Don't worry, it's already there. And yeah, we'll see you all next week. Thank you all.
Love.
Big love.
Peace.